The way he grow with the wrong community. I mean, like, and you have to know how to respect and how to, not too arrogant or anything. I'm not saying that, but sometimes bad company corrupt good character.
Another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
Manny Pacquiao just joined the group of boxing experts who verified Floyd Mayweather's real estate scam. This time, the boxing legend Manny Pacquiao disclosed that Floyd Mayweather had deceived him during their battle many years prior, in addition to discussing this specific real estate issue.
I won the fight.
Okay. So tell us, what do you think of Floyd Mayweather Jr. out of the ring, just as a person? How do you view him?
Well, it's for me. It's not good for him that he won like that, and the people. There's a big question in the minds of the fans.
He stated that the contract stated that the agreed-upon percentage was 60-40, but Floyd Mayweather took 70%, a clause that never existed at the time of our fight. I had 40%, but he gave 70%, and that was terrible. He said the extra 10% was for him if he won the fight, and since he did, Manny Pacquiao had to settle for only 30%. Attempts to settle this out of court failed, and even the boxing commissions did nothing to assist him until he gave up. But
do you want the rematch in part? How do you view him just as a person, not about the fight, but you've expressed before that you never really liked what he stood for outside the ring as a person, and you would like to defeat him because of that. Is that fair to say?
What I see him outside the ring is, of course, I don't want to blame him, but.
now let's talk about his $400 million real estate fraud. Manny Pacquiao said he didn't know much about it, but he had heard from a number of trustworthy sources that many of Mayweather's businesses, including Mayweather Promotions, if you look closely, you'll find too many dubious deals involving him, including Mayweather Promotions. What do you think goes on there with only one fighter for so long? Since Manny Pacquiao has been the victim of Floyd Mayweather's deception, he is not shocked by his actions and has urged the organizations, nations, and people concerned to take the appropriate action.
Big question because of that controversial decision. Although I'm not complaining that what's happening, but I respect like I said, I respect the decision of the judges, but in my belief, in my heart, that
when I had a problem with him, a lot of people remarked that no matter what I do, Floyd will never be punished because he was above the law. So even if I am unable to obtain justice, I would like the new victims to do so. I think I gave up too soon, so they should pursue it until Floyd Mayweather is investigated and forced to pay the fine. Whether the new victims try to punish Floyd Mayweather or not, that is their course of action. However, this fan had this to say about it. I genuinely believe that Floyd Mayweather has no virtue whatsoever aside from his boxing record. There is nothing worth imitation. He constantly aims to outsmart people and be the best. So I don't think he's innocent anymore if Manny Pacquiao can complain about him.
I'm still young, so what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a 8 different weight division is not that easy. And I'm not trying to boast what I have accomplished in life, but I'm just saying this to repeat. They might forget that the best fighter in the world has a.
However, Floyd Mayweather has retaliated against all allegations of bankruptcy against him, saying, "If this is being broken, let me be broke my entire life." Floyd Mayweather seems to say, every time he boards his private jet or takes a selfie. With one of his more than 100 buildings, the boxing legend appears in public to do what he does best outside the ring: throw verbal punches with millionaire precision, even though rumors had him financially finished with an alleged $42 million scam that would have bankrupted him. Mayweather was dressed immaculately and wore a smile that said, "I still get paid more than you for breathing," as if nothing had happened. In an almost theatrically contemptuous speech at the Real Deal Forum in New York, Floyd addressed the rumors.
Cora,
There's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself. You know, when we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer, but nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Don't let.
Journalist Stephen A. Smith claimed that Mayweather had declared bankruptcy after being the victim of a brutal embezzlement. Floyd, who has been accustomed to controversy since his undefeated days, responded with another defense of his lifestyle, claiming that his name is a brand, his legacy is luxury, and that reputation is defended as a world title is won with well-placed blows. He said that if having 2 private jets, more than 100 properties, and complete freedom means being bankrupt, then let everyone accompany him, making it clear that his wealth is not only intact, but that he can boast about it without feeling guilty.
humility.
I'm not here to talk about your personal life. When we talk about, you know, what's going on inside that square circle, I'm the best. No matter how you rate it, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you slice it. No matter if you go to 100 years back, 300 years back, all the way to now, there's only one best, and that's Floyd Mayweather.
He rejected those who called him a liar, stating that he has worked hard to establish his reputation and that he will not allow anyone to damage his or his family's name. If that weren't enough, he also used the occasion to declare that his real estate investments are not only genuine but profitable, going from 8 figures to 9. He claimed that the objective has always been to build wealth that lasts generations because Mayweather no longer competes for titles but rather for legacies. In the end, he made it apparent that real estate is his new ring, saying, "I'm still learning every day just like in boxing, but the goal is for my kids to be better than me, and that's great for me."
People into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all belong to me.
Some, however, wish for him to fail. For example, some boxing fans blame Floyd Mayweather Jr. for many of the issues facing the sport today, such as the obsession with staying undefeated, which forces boxers to avoid difficult fights like the plague. Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to float literally between floors, flights, and millions because someone should lend us the recipe if this is bankruptcy. All things considered, Floyd Mayweather doesn't get the credit he deserves.
No partners. All by myself. For 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Although the Olympian is facing rumors that he may have gone bankrupt after allegedly losing over $400 million in a real estate scam, which Money has vehemently denied, Money is also blamed for the complete commercialization of the sport, where money is more important than anything else. This includes entertaining fans and having good fights. Boxing fans continue to associate Mayweather with luxury and prosperity. However, when it comes to pure skill and ring IQ, Mayweather is unquestionably one of the greatest fighters of all time, if not the greatest. At least that is what Joe Rogan believes when he talks about the value of discipline in the fight game.
And that he's been, it's not like deception. No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect, and it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably
Indeed, you sacrifice something in order to obtain something else. I don't think it's possible to be perfectly balanced and the greatest of all time, but it all depends on how you go about it. For example, Floyd Mayweather's career is so amazing because, if you look at it, he may have been hit extremely hard 4 or 5 times, which is insane. During episode 2316 of the JRE podcast, Rogan revealed to outdoorsman Cameron Haynes that he not only had incredible defensive abilities, but also that money is real. Rogan only made passing references to Mayweather's unrelenting discipline and his Spartan lifestyle, which many believe were the most crucial aspects of Mayweather's game. Mayweather was arguably the best in history, but he also had legendary discipline.
There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell.
And the best thing about him is that he would go to clubs and parties, have fun, but maintain his discipline. He would not smoke or drink, and he was known to run from the club to his house in the early hours of the morning to get his heart in. The Olympic silver medalist would not even drink cold water before a fight because it shocks the body. His unwavering discipline was the reason he won every fight he had ever been in, and the American legend is still going strong at 48 years old and has been participating in exhibitions since his retirement in 2007.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring
Pakistani lightweight twins in MMA are a prime example of the importance of discipline and how far it can carry you. When John Jones told Joe Rogan about the terrible fight week ritual, he explained that Islam Makhachev's superiority is due to his discipline, which is also why Khabib is so good. Rogan also said Islam Makhachev is the current lightweight champion and is set to compete for a second title. Khabib Nurmagomedov was undoubtedly the most dominant fighter in the sport's history.
look at this, look at all the diamonds. That's millions of dollars worth of diamonds. I mean, that's bonkers. Yeah, he's like a professional baller.
Like that watch right there is not like, I wouldn't wear it because it's not my thing.
Yeah.
Even if, I had it, I wouldn't wear it. It's just not attractive to me.
No, I'm not into blinged out watches either.
Nah.
I like mechanical watches.
However, as demonstrated by John Jones's example, there are alternative approaches to success in the sport. Jones, who is regarded as the greatest of all time, has talked about getting completely wasted the week before fights and partying hard. In fact, this helped Jones a lot because it relieved him of pressure. If he lost, Jones said to Rogan on the JRE podcast in 2016, I had this crazy thing that I did where I would party 1 week before every fight, and I did it throughout my whole career, and it was stupid, but it was this mental crutch that I had.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
My reasoning was that if this guy were to beat me, I could look in the mirror and say, the reason I lost is because I got hammered the week before the fight. I trained for the fight, but definitely had this thing where I felt invincible. However, I would go out and get wasted and blacked out. What do you think about Joe Rogan's raving about Floyd Mayweather's brilliance? The GOAT contender continued. However, aside from his role in leveling accusations against Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao is even more controversial since it appears that his comeback to the ring is doing more harm than good.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion, so who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. It was released, PBC. Manny Pacquiao first title was the flyweight WBC, and he wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Is a move that is certain to be viewed as contentious. Re-entering the WBC welterweight rankings at number 5, Manny Pacquiao is getting ready to take on champion Mario Barrios on July 19th. Pacquiao is set to return to the ring after a 4-year hiatus as he seeks to unseat Barrios 29. Pacquiao last competed in August 2021, losing to Yordenis Ugas by unanimous decision in Las Vegas. Prior to the most well-known names above him being third-ranked Conor Benn and number 1 Devin Haney.
But when I realized, the doctor said that, but in every training that you have, it will come back, the pain.
So against Floyd
myself, because when I'm throwing punches in the 4th round, because he's leaning on the rope and attacking him.
Pacquiao, who is regarded as one of the greatest boxers of all time, is the only 8-weight world champion in boxing history. In his second most recent fight, he defeated Keith Thurman to become the oldest welterweight champion and competed in exhibition bouts in 2022, and as recently as last July is asserting his right to an immediate title shot as a former champion, including any former WBC champion. UBC President Mauricio Suleyan announced last week that Mario Barrios would face Manny Pacquiao in July, a huge fight. Pacquiao is known for his political activities in his native Philippines, where he served as a senator from 2016 to 2022 and unsuccessfully ran for president in 2022. Pacquiao's first title was at flyweight with the WBC, and he now wants to retire as the WBC champion. So he's fighting in the welterweight division at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. The famed undefeated boxer earned $300 million by defeating Pacquiao, who subsequently stated that he entered the bout hurt after 12 rounds. Have hinted at a rematch ever since the highly anticipated second fight appeared to be official when Pac-Man appeared at an MMA event at the Saitama Super Arena in Japan on New Year's Eve. The 8-weight world champion talked about a big fight that would happen next year, but he was hesitant to name his opponent until Rizin CEO Noyuki Sakabara urged him to do so. Pacquiao stated, "Next year, I hope to see you here in Japan with a big fight against Floyd Mayweather. I thought you didn't want me to say that." On the Pivot podcast, Mayweather stated, "I'm not going to say he's right, and I'm going to say he's wrong. I don't have to say anything. It's so crazy," when he spoke about it. Mayweather recently called Pacquiao's actions crazy, but would not say whether a fight between the two boxing legends is scheduled for 2024. There's a time and a place for everything.
The fight on points because he ran from you so much?
When I reviewed the fight, I threw a lot of punches than him, and then I connected more than he connected. But you know, like I said, I know how to accept loss, and I respect the decision of the judges.
Do you? But you still thought, you said after the fight, you thought you
in
won.
my heart, if you ask me, of course, I still.
Mayweather continued by implying that those planning the possible super fight paid him handsomely after Pacquiao's hasty announcement. He added that simply by saying his name, they gave me a check for $4 million. I don't like to blame specific people, But keep in mind that he became famous because they claimed he might be the man who could overthrow the king. Did it happen? Absolutely not. Was it easy? Absolutely.
Starting my pressure to him, but I feel like when I throw my hands, I feel like I cut my hands. You know, I feel like I don't have my right hand. So
got it.
So
you're basically fighting with one arm, one hand,
yes,
right?
So and then I feel no pain because of, I think because of your adrenaline is high. So but I feel like I don't have a arm in my. I feel like it's cut
off.
Yeah, cut off.
I got it.
In
so
my right
despite that, did you feel like...
In November, Mayweather announced he'll take part in a rematch with another opponent, John Gotti III. After their first fight ended in controversial circumstances, the bout was supposed to take place in Las Vegas on Super Bowl weekend, but the biggest game of the NFL season passed without the best ever returning to the ring. Perhaps a big money rematch with Pacquiao has taken priority. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace.
The way he grow with the wrong community, I mean, like, and you have to know how to respect and how to, you know, not too arrogant or anything. I'm not saying that, but you know, sometimes bad company corrupt good character.
Another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
Manny Pacquiao just joined the group of boxing experts who verified Floyd Mayweather's real estate scam. This time, the boxing legend Manny Pacquiao disclosed that Floyd Mayweather had deceived him during their battle many years prior, in addition to discussing this specific real estate issue.
I won the fight.
Okay. So tell us, what do you think of Floyd Mayweather Jr. out of the ring, just as a person? How do you view him?
Well, it's for me, it's not good for him that he won like that, and the people, that there's a big question in the minds of the fans.
He stated that the contract stated that the agreed upon percentage was 60-40, but Floyd Mayweather took 70%, a clause that never existed at the time of our fight. I had 40%, but he gave 70%, and that was terrible. He said the extra 10% was for him if he won the fight, and since he did, Manny Pacquiao had to settle for only 30%. Attempts to settle this out of court failed, and even the boxing commissions did nothing to assist him until he